Testing. All right. You can cut out that other.
Hey, yo, hey.
Yeah. Run it up, Blondo.
Hey, see y'all from Texas, where we sit riding swangers and put diamonds in our neck.
Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing today? This is your boy Doc Holiday, and we are back as always with another HBCU Overdrive. Make sure that you like the stream, comment, share, and most of all, subscribe to the channel. Man, to go ahead and get everything HBCU Overdrive. Appreciate everybody for pulling up. As y'all know, we always stream between YouTube and Twitter, so I'm gonna focus on Twitter. Make sure that you hit that follow button on the Twitter page, and then come on to the YouTube page and hit that subscribe button. But we are here. It is Wednesday, Hump Day, June 18th, in the year of our Lord 2025, and it's been a interesting week already. Went back to work last night. Didn't really want to do anything last night. Had fun on the Gathering of Old Men, as always, with those guys over there. But other than that, man, we got a big loaded show for y'all today. So I suggest you prepare yourselves and strap your seat belts, because it's going to be pretty much a wonderful day, pretty much a wonderful evening tonight. We still got NBA Finals. We got Stanley Cup Finals just finished. Also, congratulations to the Florida Panthers for winning the Stanley Cup, even though it should have been my Stars. But who's counting? Let's see. I'll try to get some more photos over here. Let me get this right here. But yeah, I got some things to look at. Got some things to show over here. But first and foremost, I would like to send deepest condolences and prayers down to Prairie View A&M University, one of their own Panthers, Jackson Bailey, passed away last week. He was he's from the DFW area, went to Red Oak High School, played football at Prairie View, was a senior majoring in kinesiology, and pretty much was a force on that team from last season. And young man tragically lost his life uh, last week. So, again, condolences to his Prairie View, to his parents, to Red Oak High School. So yeah, just to put that out there. And then let's go ahead. I think I have this saved in my. I have it saved. Let me see. I'm trying to get the rest of these slides ready. So y'all have to excuse me right now. All right, I'm gonna get this. Get, but yes, prayers up to him. Prayers up to him. Yes, make sure we send condolences. But other than that, man, I'm having a good Wednesday. Just woke up, got my new contacts in. So I'm trying to get those adjusted. Trying to get adjusted with that, and some other things going on. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. Trying to get some of this stuff going on. And, got one more thing to add, and we should be fine. What up, though? What up, though, man? What up, Chris? Let's see. I think this should be good right here. All right. I think I'm ready for today. I'm ready now. But anyway, um, let's go ahead and get to the news for tonight on today's docket. On today's docket. So, first and foremost, let's go ahead and get this out the way because we still got to broadcast it. Just to let everybody know what's going on. Get my slide up. All right. First and foremost, remember, Swag Media Day is coming upon us on July the 16th. That will be at the Sheraton Birmingham Hotel in downtown Birmingham. Of course, we're going to watch it live on ESPN Plus. They come on at 10 o'clock. But if you want to see me live before they all get into the hissy fit about who's going to be number one, number two in the swag, come follow me. Make sure you tune in to me. So just let everybody know what's going on. What's going on? Yeah, everything is well with me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up, married man? Yes, I am. I am married. And she will tell you I am married. All up in the cameras. She got to look on my face like, ooh. And I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So yes. Yes, so just let everybody know what's going on. But yeah, media day at all 12 teams will be in attendance. All 12 coaches, 2 player representatives for each team will be in the house. We talking about, and we also will have some ADs, SIDs. That way we can go ahead and network and fellowship and have fun. Of course, we're gonna have the great Charlie Neal in the building. We also gonna make sure that we have, of course, Miss Tiffany Green, probably one of my other favorite rattlers, and and the hate, my bad, the newly enshrined Black College Football Hall of Famer Jay Walker will be in the building. So, and of course, none other than the commissioner will be in the building. So y'all make sure y'all tune in to that. Also, we are trying to go ahead and get donations for this trip. All donations are greatly appreciated. And if you want to send a donation, you can send it to any one of the links below on the ticker. It will be greatly appreciated. And we're starting now because we got 4 weeks before we head down there. So just want to go ahead and let you know what's going on. And if you really want to go ahead and put, make sure we're down there to cover everything and to have fun, and with this not even have fun, just to have a learning experience, then go ahead and you can send in donations right now. And if I had the wife up here, she would just say, send donations now. Oh, I can let them know. You can let them know. Oh, here she come.
Send donations to my baby. Send donations so he can make it. Send donations. You said the link in the ticker tinkers? Mm-hmm. Tinkers stinkers. Mm-hmm. Ticker TikTok. Okay, tinkers.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead. We donations are greatly appreciated for everything. So just to let you know what's going on. But other than that, good evening. What's going on, Dr. Israel? We had a good time on Sunday. We had a good time yesterday. Talked about a lot of things. There's one thing I really want to get into, fully talk about. Oh yeah, she has a mind of her own. And that is I just need to get the image. All right, let me get this out the way. Let me get this image out the way. I thought I had it the first time. There we go. Oh yeah. But other news, let me see. Let me see if I can get this video on here too. Yeah, I have to excuse me. But all right, let me get this. I know that's gonna happen. Anyway, hey, y'all go ahead and get your popcorn ready. Get all the snacks that you need because we're gonna have a good one. Be right back in just a minute. And a word from our sponsors.
Yo, it's your boy Doc Holiday with HBCU Overdrive, and I am proud to sponsor Merch Sports. Check out his new line of collection, the Black College Football Fan Club collection. It's basically designed to show support and give respect to the rich history and tradition of black college football. And as you already know, the best college players had to play at HBCUs before integration. So go ahead and check it out over at shopmerchsports.com. Merch Sports. Merch for the sports enthusiasts.
It's your boy Doc Holiday. Become a subscriber on HBCU Overdrive on YouTube, and you can follow me on all social media platforms at HBCU_Overdrive on Twitter and Instagram. You can catch me on TikTok at Holiday1925 and on Facebook under my real name, David E. Smith Douglas. Also, when you become an exclusive family member, you get all the membership perks. You get all the exclusive members only videos, early access to new videos, member shout outs, and members only live chats. And also you can get birthday shout outs on here and win member when you become a subscriber. You can also hit the donation to the Cash App at HBCU Overdrive. You can hit the PayPal David Smith 1925, and you can hit the Zelle David E. Smith 30 at gmail.com. Remember, all proceeds go towards the channel, not the pocket. All right, we back, y'all. And I apologize. I had to get some things settled on this laptop so we can go ahead and get going with the show. Continue with the show. What's going on? What's going on, man? We're going to get ready to talk about some bands coming up in a few. We got Mr. Tasha, how you doing? How you doing? Anyway, let's go ahead and continue on with our show. And news today. This coming out of Cleveland. coming out of Cleveland, Ohio. Let me go ahead and pull up my article. All right. Yes, go smash that like button. Appreciate you. All right. So, Browns rookie QB Shedeur Sanders ticketed after police said he drove 101 miles per hour in a Cleveland suburb. Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders accused of driving a pickup truck 101 miles per hour on the suburban Cleveland interstate earlier this week. Yeah. Okay. Strongsville, Ohio. Browns rookie QB Shedeur Sanders is accused of driving a pickup truck 101 miles per hour on a suburban Cleveland interstate earlier this week. The Strongsville Police Department stopped Sanders at about 12:30 a.m. Tuesday in a 60 mile per hour zone on Interstate 71 near the Ohio Turnpike, according to a report provided to local media. Sanders, who was 23, could pay a $250 fine to waive the fourth-degree misdemeanor case, according to police. The Browns did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Sanders, the son of Hall of Fame player Deion Sanders, was drafted in the 5th round of the NFL draft this spring, even though many projections had him going in the 1st. He played under his father at the University of Colorado. You see that on it, say Jackson State University. Sanders is competing against 3 other quarterbacks with the Browns. They wrapped up mini camp last week and will open training camp in late July. So that is what's going on. So, So I would say, first and foremost, if I'm Deion and I hear something like this about my son, why are you, first of all, understandable, so you're a grown man. You're a grown man. You are a grown man and you do whatever you want to do. Be out there however late you want to be, whatever. But first on my mind would be, why are you driving? Where were you going at 12:30 a.m. first and foremost? And then 2, why were you going 101 miles per hour in a 60? You were going 101 and 60. You have to, and see, the thing about it is, you got to realize that you are in the spotlight. You are literally in the spotlight. And not just in the spotlight. Your last name carries weight. You're Sanders. You're Sanders. You prime time son. You coach prime son. And you are in the most difficult position because you play quarterback. And I know something that you don't know, that you supposed to not know. Ain't nothing good. Don't nothing good happen after midnight. What's up? What's the thing that's open? Only thing that's open is a club and some legs. And maybe a Waffle House or 2. I'm just putting it. I'm just saying. You have to be mindful. You have to be mindful of what's going on, of your surroundings. Like you have to start thinking to yourself, if I want to be a great quarterback, if I want to lead this team to glory, if I want to lead this team to a Super Bowl, if I want to be the face of the franchise, then I cannot put myself in situations where I cannot put myself in situations where I'm going to jeopardize all that. I know it's the Browns. It's not to not focus on making money, because if that was the case, then they would be god awful terrible. So Deshaun Watson would be thinking about money all the time. But at the same time, we talking about Shedeur. Shedeur Sanders only lost what? Only lost what? 17 games? Only what? He went 12-2, so he lost two. One, that's 3. Of course, they lost 9, so that's 12. So the boy only lost 15 games in his whole career in college. And you picking up a guy who has not who's all about winning. I mean, and then, bro, it is uncalled for, and it's not a good look. It's not a good look. I heard he was racing someone. So here's another thing: if the reports are true that you were racing someone. If I'm Cleveland, yeah, I'd be thinking about cutting you. But they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. It's something that they have no interest in doing. So I wouldn't. I'm just say it like this, Shedeur. Keep your nose clean. Keep your nose clean. Chill out. Chill. And he was arrested on Tuesday. He was pulled over Tuesday, cited with a ticket. And of course, I mean, it came out today. Yeah, and here's the thing: you might want to go revisit some history, because the last person who did some stuff like that and is paying the ultimate price is Henry Ruggs. Slow your ass down. Learn from him. Brian ain't getting out of prison. He up for parole. He's up for parole next year. His sentence ends 2027. If he gets granted parole, he got to keep his nose clean. He can't do nothing. So Shedeur, and this is what I'm just telling you, man, as from man to man. And I know your daddy had that talk with you probably over the phone and stuff, but But he has to, you got to be aware of where you're going or where you at or especially who you are. You got to be aware. Yeah, he wasn't arrested. He was cited a ticket. That was it. And it was a $250 ticket. It was a fourth degree misdemeanor. So it really wasn't nothing. But I know here in Texas, he was back home here in Texas that he would have went 101. Oh, they'd have been on his ass. It would have been all over the news. But you have to be mindful. You got to be mindful. You got to be smarter than that, man. Be smarter than that. Oh man, you have to be smarter than everything. You have to be smarter than that because a lot of people are going to be looking at you. All eyes are pretty much on you. Point blank. Period. It doesn't matter if it's the Browns, if it's the Bengals, if you playing in Timbuktu. You gotta be mindful. And I ain't saying them folks don't want them there, like, because it's somebody in that organization, in that front office that actually wants Shador there. Shador is the one that is to be the one that wants to be there. So I'm not gonna sit here and say that. So let me go ahead. All right, let me go ahead and let's get to the next. Let's get over to the next slide, man.
Tomorrow in Irving, there will be some sun.
I forget. Jay, you stuck at work. Sir. If you haven't gotten your Greenwood whiskey, from Ken Clark, man, make sure you order that because from what I'm hearing, it's selling out fast. It's selling out fast. Get your whiskey. Get your whiskey. But next on the list, that's on the docket, we got North Carolina A&T. We had North Carolina A&T. Let's do that. Yeah. North Carolina A&T did something that now a lot of folks are about to do because of what I'm getting ready to talk about next. But North Carolina A&T raised their ticket prices for the upcoming season, but only for HBCU football games. This is coming out of HBCU Game Day. North Carolina A&T has released its individual game ticket prices for the 2025 football season, and HBCU matchups come at a premium. Premium prices for HBCU rivals. Fans will notice a clear pricing difference depending on the opponent. Yeah, it's a black tax. The Aggies are charging noticeably more for their 3 home games against fellow HBCUs than for matchups against Coastal Athletic Association opponents. The premium home games include Hampton, which is on September the 13th, North Carolina Central, which is the following week, September the 20th, and South Carolina State on October the 11th. These schools are all HBCUs with strong fan followings and deep-rooted rivalries with A&T. Reserved tickets for these games are $65. General admission costs $50. Non-A&T student tickets are $32, while children's tickets are $22. Yeah, just for the blacks. We're gonna get into that. They had a little few since Tariq Cohen. Well, Tariq Cohen, they was already gone, but they had one right before they went to the CAA. In contrast, the 3 regular home games feature CAA members: Campbell, which is on October 25th, Towson, which is on November the 1st, and Monmouth on November the 15th. Reserved tickets for these matchups are $50. General admission is $40. Student tickets are $22, and children tickets are just $13. Group race, $19 for adults and $8 for children, are also available for these games, but not for the higher price HBCU contest. The pricing reflects more than just the opponent's name. It highlights tradition and fan interest. A&T's rivalry with North Carolina Central is one of the most storied in HBCU football. The games against Hampton and South Carolina State also draw large crowds. These matchups typically feature larger traveling fan bases, intense tailgating, and a cultural energy that can't be replicated. Oh, y'all about to act up in here. Although North Carolina A&T has left the MEAC and now plays in a predominantly white conference, HBCU matchups still drive demand. Last season's game against Division II rival Winston-Salem State, another HBCU, was a sellout. It marked just the 4th non-homecoming sellout at Truist Stadium this century. Boy. So tickets go on sale August the 4th. Individual game tickets go on sale August the 4th at NCATAggies.com. $1.50 fee applies to web and mobile orders, whether viewed as strategic or controversial. A&T's pricing reinforces that HBCU games remain the most anticipated events on the schedule. First and foremost, let me get on this. The last 2 seasons, A&T has won 2-22. 2-22. Two wins. 2 wins. 22 losses. That was under the old head coach, Vincent Brown. They haven't had a winning season since Sam Washington was the head coach. And that was 3 years ago. They had a chance to win the conference. In fact, they was in the Big South. They had a chance to win the Big South Conference. They had a chance to go to the playoffs that year, but they gave up the booty to Gardner Webb. After that season, they made sure that Make sure that they follow their brethren Hampton over to the White Conference. So that's what they did. That's what they did. While Hampton has been competitive in the conference since they came over there, A&T has been stagnant. Don't know how, don't know why. I would say I really don't care, but I wouldn't put myself in that situation like that. But why aren't you A&T? Why aren't you competitive in the conference where Hampton has pretty much won what 9-10 games? Probably maybe about 13-14 games since joining that conference. It's not a lot, but it's better than what y'all went the last 2 years. Let's just keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. And then here we go. I think Fred said it just like this. It's a black tax. People will show up for those games because it's against your rivals. It's against your old conference brethren, but they won't show up for a regular old game. I told y'all when I was at Stephen F. Austin, the year that they went 0-11, 2007. I used to see kids in the stands with their books, with their backpacks and stuff, and studying instead of paying attention to the game. That's how bad we were. That's how bad the team was. That was how it was. That was horrible. But yeah, it's something that, yeah, I mean, reserve seat $65. I mean, that's $65 for some reserve seating is not bad. If I'm still on, but we can always rewind. $65 for some reserve seating is not bad. I think it's cool, but but if you're gonna have $65 reserve seating just for those 3 games, like, I'm gonna look at you crazy. I'm going to look at you crazy. But I don't know what to say. I'm just glad that I did not go to school there, because their leadership is, I don't know. And yes, I think the price is going to spread to other schools, because the simple fact that I think when you look at it and when you think about it, is because now I'm about to talk more about what's about to happen now. All right, so let's get to it. SWAC news. So SWAC news. The SWAC is all in on the House settlement. His house schools will be impacted. This is coming from HBCU Sports. Off the desk of Chris Stevens. Shout out to my bro, Dale State alum. This was written 2 days ago. Excuse me. With the House versus NCAA case officially settled. I don't know if it's officially settled, but And count, um, conferences around the country are making decisions regarding the ability to pay student athletes, including one HBCU conference. On Monday morning, the SWAC announced the conference will be opting into the House settlement. This means the conference will pitch in to help the NCAA pay the $2.8 billion owed to former student athletes over the next 10 years and agree to compensation for student athletes. An annual cap is expected to start at roughly $20.5 million per school in 2025-2026 and increase yearly during the decade-long deal. These new payments are in addition to scholarships and other benefits the athletes already receive. The settlement allows schools to create new roles to limit boosters and collectives' influence. Starting this summer, any endorsement deal between a booster and an athlete will be vetted to ensure it is for a valid business purpose rather than a recruiting incentive. Related to opting into the settlement, the conference has abolished scholarship caps on conference-sponsored sports, meaning teams can have as many scholarship players as they can support. Previously, 63 FCS football scholarships could be spread out over 85 players, including partial scholarships. FCS schools that opt in but still face a conference-wide 63 scholarship cap can now spread those 63 scholarships over 105 players instead of 85. SWAC Commissioner Dr. Charles McClellan said in a statement, "This is undoubtedly a significant moment for the Southwestern Athletic Conference and our 12-member institutions as we move forward into a new era of intercollegiate athletics. The SWAC remains steadfast in our commitment to provide our membership with the resources needed to positively impact our student athletes academically and athletically." So here's the big question. The big question is, what does opting in mean? Institutions that opt in will also be subject to new roster limits and scholarship guidelines. This antitrust settlement, valued at over $2.8 billion, addresses past restrictions on student athlete compensation and establishes a revenue sharing framework. While schools in the power conferences basically, I wouldn't even call it the Pac-12, but the ACC, the Big 10, the Big 12, and the ACC will be automatically bound by the settlement terms. Schools outside those conferences could opt in or out to the settlement. Schools that opt out will not be able to directly pay players through revenue sharing. So what does this mean for NIL? Regarding NIL, the settlement aims to create a more equitable model for college athletics, ensuring that student athletes receive fair compensation and support. Participating schools can now offer student athletes direct NIL payments and other financial benefits, potentially including scholarships above the NCAA's previous limits. Schools can also engage in direct NIL contracts with student athletes, such as licensing agreements, endorsement deals, and brand promotion agreements. Furthermore, opting into the settlement aims to enhance the student athlete experience, increase visibility and access, and ensure competitive recruitment and positioning within the MEAC and Northeast Conference, the school said in the release. For scholarship and roster management purposes, opting into the settlement allows schools, including HBCUs, that opt in to use a portion of their athletic revenue to directly benefit student athletes, and scholarship limits may be eliminated. So Dr. McClellan had addressed the House versus NCAA settlement last winter. it is now allowable for institutions to directly give NIL money to their student athletes. That means there's going to be an influx of athletes that are looking for NIL payments. He said in December, you're going to have some name, image, and likeness money to set aside to compete. McClellan explained that the House settlement will impact the finances of every SWAC institution. The SWAC conference contribution to that settlement is $30 million. There's going to be some challenging times from a financial standpoint. To counteract that, McClellan said that their resources are being developed to help each school compete in this new era of college athletics. We're going to develop a best practice document that will give to all presidents and chancellors as a guide. He said, we are in a good spot from a revenue standpoint. We're going to be just fine, but it will take some additional effort. We will need NIL dollars on the inside, and we will work with you to help develop that. We're going to continue to stay on top. And that was it. That's it of the article. Okay, so like we explained this on Sunday when Wayne came on Sunday. If you in, you in. If you out, you out. The commissioner, they just finished their spring meetings in Florida this past week, and that's what they came up with. That's what they came up with. So, for them to opt in, let's say a school like Valley. Okay, Valley just got their allotted scholarship limit of 63. But now they can take that 63, right? They can take that 63 and basically they can break that down. They can break some of those scholarships down to come up with the 105 scholarships. Like I said, it don't have to be all full-fledged, all, full scholarships. It could be partial. So you can literally take one whole scholarship and break it into, and break it down so you can get the necessary players. What if, okay, this player, you want this player to come in and he's a good player. And also you got to make sure that if these kids are going to be on scholarship, they have to have the grades also. They also have to have the grades. So to me, when it comes down to the nitty gritty, you have to be able to spread. You have to be able to spread the wealth in a sense. Is eat or get ate. That's something that I would think right there. It's eat or get ate. So, I mean, if you know how to maneuver with this, athletic. Yeah, I know it's eating, but I'm from the hood. But yeah, if you know how to navigate if you know how to navigate through all this, then your athletic department should be fine. Um, but I would say, just be, to me, just be mindful of what the deal, what's going on. But if you really want to know about that, you can go back to the show that we did on Sunday. I'm gonna start booking. I'm gonna start bookmarking. I'm gonna start time stamping my shows again. That way you can get to where we start talking about different things. And that way it just makes it easier for you to it just makes it easier for you to figure it out, to find it. But other than that, if you really want to read about what's going on with the SWAC and the House settlement, you can go to HBCU Sports. Also, HBCU Game Day has an article on that too. And you can read from the SWAC page itself. But next on my list, down in Tallahassee. Marvin Johnson has been appointed by the Florida Board of Governors to be the new president of Florida A&M University. All right. And this is from CNN. DeSantis ally appointed president of Florida's only public HBCU. Marvin Johnson, a telecommunications executive, will become the 13th president of Florida A&M University, despite opposition from thousands of students and alumni. The Florida Board of Governors voted Wednesday to confirm Johnson's appointment by the FAMU Board of Trustees. FAMU is Florida's only public historically Black college and university. Several students and alumni spoke out during the Board of Governors meeting, receiving applause from the audience after each speech. Quote, to date, we do not feel heard, end quote. Kimberly Godwin, a FAMU alumna and former president of ABC News, told the board. Marvin Johnson is not ready to lead the nation's number one public HBCU. Ms. Johnson did not earn this. She does not have the best resume. She did not have a good on-campus interview. She appeared unprepared and short-sighted and did not present well to our stakeholders. Woo! The former president of ABC News, yeah. As students, as primary stakeholders in this university, we are very concerned about the future of our university, said Devin Nobles Jr., a computer engineering student at FAMU. If you guys confirm this candidate, it is to reaffirm to all of us, our students, our faculty, our staff, alumni, those 18,000 people who signed the petition online, that our voices do not matter. Alumni groups, students, and faculty members say they are largely concerned about Johnson's work under Governor Ron DeSantis' administration, who banned funding for diversity, equity, and inclusion programs at Florida colleges and blocked advanced placement African American studies curriculum in Florida high schools. DeSantis also signed the Stop Woke Act in 2022, which bans teachings or mandatory workplace programs that suggest a person is privileged or oppressed based on their race, color, sex, or national origin. And he's garnered criticism for signing laws that led to book bans in public schools and prohibited lessons about sexual orientation and gender identity in the classroom. Johnson acknowledged the opposition from students and alumni when she spoke during the Board of Governors meeting. Many in the audience stood with their backs to the board as members discussed and confirmed her appointment. And guess what? I got the video of that courtesy of I think it's the Rattler Nation blog, but I do have video of that. So here you go.
However, I was very fortunate to be mentored by a proud family alumni who instilled in me the values of grace, grit, and intellectual curiosity. She lit a fire in me and helped me to see.
Hey, just letting y'all know, I want to bring this up to you. All right, so that was the protest. My door, so this is quoted from Ms. Johnson. My door will always be open, and I am looking forward to full engagement on campus and with our communities. Johnson said, as president, she will diversify FAMU's funding sources and work to ensure students graduate with digital fluency, adaptability, and a strong professional network. I am committed to leading this university to forging new paths for excellence and preeminence, and to protect and advance FAMU's legacy. Several Board of Governors members spoke in support of Johnson before confirming her appointment. Member Timothy M. Serio said he had previously worked with Johnson on another commission. She is a person of really keen intellect, Serio said. She is tough as nails, and she is a person of great integrity. Elijah Hooks, a FAMU student and chief of staff for the Florida Student Association, previously told CNN that many in the FAMU community were saddened by the Board of Trustees' decision to hire Johnson despite her ties to DeSantis. It's shady that she has a lot of connections to someone like that, Hook said. Twice. There is no place for that hateful, divisive rhetoric, not at the College of Love and Charity. Film producer Will Packer, a FAMU alumnus, said last month in the video posted to Instagram. Johnson served 8 years on the Florida State Board of Education, first appointed by former Governor Rick Scott in 2014, and continuing under DeSantis, who was elected in 2018. According to her resume, she was also appointed by DeSantis to the Florida Scholars Academy Board, where she oversaw education for vulnerable students, including youth in state custody or juvenile justice. While serving on the State Board of Education, Johnson helped implement performance-based funding measures aimed at improving student success and graduation rates at student state colleges, according to a FAMU news release. To be considered for the opportunity to lead this storied institution is the honor of a lifetime, Johnson previously said in a statement. I will approach this role with a bold vision, focus on student success, innovation, and national prominence, while building strong bridges with the FAMU community and honoring the legacy that makes this university so special. FAMU's culture and impact are unmatched, and I am committed to upholding and amplifying that legacy as we move forward together. Johnson currently serves as a group vice president at Charter Communications. Packer said in the Instagram video he believes Johnson's appointment is a part of a broader effort by Republicans to take over HBCUs. HBCUs are under attack, Packer said. What we cannot allow is a hostile takeover by someone who has aligned with the party that has loudly and proudly espoused ideologies that attack diversity and diverse institutions, attack equitable economics, and attack inclusive principles. The exact pillars that institutions like FAMU were built up. President Donald Trump's budget proposal seeks to cut $64 million in funding from Howard University, the nation's only federally chartered historically Black university. In March, the Trump administration took steps to dismantle the Department of Education and began demanding colleges and universities in DEI practices or risk losing federal funding. Trump has specifically targeted Harvard, requiring the university to take steps to prevent anti-Semitism, stop considering race admissions and hiring, and shut down DEI programs. CNN has reached out to Johnson for comment. Students and alumni protested Johnson's candidacy by speaking out at trustee meetings, posting on social media, and circulating a change.org petition that gathered more than 18,000 signatures. Still, the board selected Johnson, and according to CNN affiliate WTXL, approved a 5-year contract with a starting salary of $650,000. CNN reached out to the 8 board members who voted for Johnson. 7 did not respond. Trustee John Crossman, who supported Johnson, declined to comment. His ass, yeah, he tucked tail and ran. FAMU said in a news release that during her interview, Johnson expressed her commitment to FAMU's legacy as a top-tier HBCU and its rise in research, academic achievement, and social impact. So basically, they said this is the Florida Board of Governors saying, "Fuck what y'all saying. We're gonna let her run the school, and if you don't like it, you can fight." That's what they said. That's what it says to somebody like me. That's from the hood. Like you want to catch this fade. That's what it is. You want to catch this fade. Some students and alumni said they felt their concerns about Johnson were ignored by the Board of Trustees during the presidential search and interview process. Curtis Johnson, president of the FAMU National Alumni Association, said in a May 16 letter to FAMU alumni supporters that the university community had provided feedback to the board through town hall surveys, emails, letters, and phone calls. Johnson noted, according to feedback forms submitted to the board, 80% of students and alumni expressed the concern over Ms. Johnson's selection and qualifications. What we witnessed today raises profound questions about transparency, shared governance, and whether the voices of the FAMU community are truly being heard, Johnson wrote in the letter. Faculty were not formally polled. Students filled the boardroom, alumni from across the nation engaged, yet the outcome ignored this collective voice. So she has a lack of experience in higher education. Leon County Commissioner Bill Proctor said he supports students and alumni who spoke out against Johnson's candidacy and selection as president. Proctor, who is also a FAMU political science instructor, said he believes the other presidential candidates were more qualified than Johnson. Peace, brother. Because they had experience working in higher education. For example, Donald Palm, basically, that's who I thought was going to be the president of the university because he had experience everything with the school. Who received 4 votes from the board, currently serves as executive director and chief operating officer at FAMU. Johnson does not list any positions in higher education on the resume she submitted to the university. This is not about a low bar, Palm said. This is about no bar at all. A lot of students, like I said, worry about the future of the university. Ashley Bigby, vice president of the FAMU chapter of the NAACP, said it was disheartening, and students and alumni expressed opposition to Johnson, yet the board still approved her hiring. Basically, if you really think about this, this really was a takeover. This was a takeover of the university because of the simple fact that they have been in the news for so long that they don't know what to do. They have been in the news for so long. Like, to me, the things that sped up this process was basically the doctor. Again, I said that what sped the process up was basically Dr. Robinson. With Dr. Robinson went all out for a guy who was worth nothing but a bag of peanuts. He was worth nothing but a bag of peanuts. And told everybody, y'all need to get this shit done. Y'all need to get in line, get the shit done. But the problem about this was it blew up in your face. It blew up in his face. So, in order for him to save face, he says, "I'm going to resign." In which he did. He resigned. He said, I'm not gonna be in the middle of this shit. I'm gonna take my talent somewhere else. Well, I'm just gonna sit my black ass at home. Y'all niggas deal with that. That's what he's saying. That's what he said. But and when news found, it all seems unreal. But it happens because it's getting ready to happen with Jackson State. It's about to happen with Jackson State. It's about to happen with some other schools. We just don't. We just got to get ourselves prepared for it. But when they found out that it wasn't real, it wasn't true. He say, "Face, like, I'm not getting myself into this. Y'all take care of this. I'm going to enjoy retirement." Not only did that happen, the FAMU Foundation president, Dr. Friday Stroud, she resigns. She ain't about to. She's not about to be in the middle of anything because everybody who was into that, remember, they signed NDAs. Of course, Tiffany Dawn Sykes was in the middle of it because part of that deal was that athletic department is going to get money for that. So she resigned. She saved face. Guess what? She is the athletic director for her alma mater, Virginia State. And we talking about people trying to tear that woman down. They try to tear that woman down. All in all, this all led to what got them to this point right now. Your board of trustees are full of shit. And the head person in charge of that board of trustees, who really is in charge of the board of trustees, is Devron Gibbons. He's full of shit. He's definitely full of shit. And it's so crazy. They try to put a full court press on the board chairwoman. I'm sorry, because she is female. They try to put a full court press on the board chairwoman, Kristen Harper, in which I said, because she did sign that NDA, that she should have been fired also. she should have been fired also. But because she was fighting tooth and nail to make sure FAMU is not being drugged into the ground, I give her props for what she has done. But the rest, and let me put this out there, Belvin Perry, he fought tooth and nail of making sure that FAMU was not going to be taken over by folks like that. So this is the situation that we in right now. To me, FAMU, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? Because your previous president put you in that situation. I'll be go try to find him and whooping his ass. He the one that got y'all messed up like that. Because he saw dollar signs and that he avoided to look at all the red flags that was all around. So I'll be going out trying to find him and whoop his ass. The board of trustees, the ones who voted for this woman to become the president, I'll be going to try to find him and whoop their ass too. But at the same time, she is the new president. She was confirmed as the new president of the university. And you can really say or do about that. But I mean, just do the best that you can. I mean, everybody, because I'm gonna be honest with you. If I went to Jack State. And I feel like at the IHL, of course they don't do some shit like that, but if they appoint a president to our university that don't have no type of ties to the university, that does not care about education, they're just there to collect a paycheck, I'm gonna be just like this.
Whoa. Fuck all that! Nah, I know.
That's what we gonna do. A lot of alums are gonna be like that. And the next thing you know, we're gonna be outside the state capitol.
Yeah! They squabbling out there now. Yeah!
We're gonna squabble outside the state capitol. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care what you say, what your mama say, what your daddy say. We're gonna squabble. But other than that, man, let me go ahead and run this commercial break, and then we'll be right back with the main part of our show.
Yo, it's your boy Doc Holiday with HBCU Overdrive. And I am proud to sponsor Merch Sports. Check out his new line of collection, the Black College Football Fan Club collection. It's basically designed to show support and give respect to the rich history and tradition of black college football. And as you already know, the best college players had to play at HBCUs before integration. So go ahead and check it out over at shopmerchsports.com. Merch Sports. Merch for the sports enthusiasts.
All right, man. Look, we are back and we are going to our main topic of the show. Of course, tomorrow is Thursday. Tomorrow is Juneteenth. Tomorrow is the celebration of our freedom. Yeah, I smell toxicity in Florida too. Tomorrow is the celebration of our freedom. Technically. But I want to put something out there. I want to show y'all something that the wife actually put together for the show. And hopefully everybody likes it. And let me know what you think. I hope y'all like that video. Hope you like it. Of course, like I said, tomorrow is Juneteenth. It is now a federal holiday, but for the longest, it has been a state holiday for us. And basically, if you really think about it, this is tomorrow will be the 160th anniversary of when appreciate it. 160th anniversary of when General Gordon Granger settled at Galveston Island and declared to the slaves of Texas that they were declared free. But are we declared free, or is freedom one of those things that you look for in the background? And of course, the person that you will want to thank for actually giving us the fight, and she had the cojones to give us this day and a fellow Libra is Miss Opal Lee. Of course, if you don't know who Opal Lee is, Opal Lee, born October the 7th in 1926. She is a retired teacher, counselor, and activist in the movement to make Juneteenth a federally recognized holiday. She is often described as the quote-unquote grandmother of Juneteenth. Born in Marshall, Texas, did an education at Wiley College, which is now Wiley University, and at North Texas State University, which is now University of North Texas, where she got her master's. She is known as the grandmother of Juneteenth. So basically, on June 17th of 2021, 4 years ago to be exact, President Joe Biden signed Senate Bill S.475, making Juneteenth the 11th federal holiday. In 2024, Biden awarded Ms. Lee the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor. I'm just letting you know she is born in Marshall, but her roots are in Fort Worth, Texas. Over in the 7th Ward at Terrell Heights, basically where I Am Terrell it was located at. Graduated from I Am Terrell, the only black high school. Well, the first black high school. The second black high school is Dunbar. Graduated in 1943 at the age of 16. She was married, had 4 children, but got divorced 5 years after 5 years of marriage. She went on to 1952, graduated from Wiley College in Marshall, receiving a bachelor's degree in elementary education. Basically, and then after that, she later attended UNT, where she earned a master's degree in counseling and guidance. worked in Fort Worth Independent School District for 15 years and a homeschool counselor for 9 of those before she retired in 1977. Was the head of she was a part of a lot of boards during her time. Member of Zeta Phi Beta, the ladies in blue, but her activism is one that basically stands out. She so from retiring from teaching in 1976, Miss Lee became involved in Fort Worth community causes. Lee helped found the Tarrant County Black Historical and Genealogical Society alongside civil rights activist Lenora Rolla. She helped organize Fort Worth's annual Juneteenth celebration. Lee helped campaign for Aaron Richards, Texas gubernatorial candidate and presidential candidate Barack Obama. During the 1980s, Lee originated a tradition of bringing Fort Worth city leaders on an annual bus tour through economically depressed areas of Fort Worth, pointing out landmarks important to Fort Worth's minority communities. A nonprofit organization, Unity Unlimited Incorporated, has been in operation since 1994 and was officially incorporated in 2000. She has campaigned for decades to make Juneteenth a federal holiday. She promoted the idea by leading 2.5-mile walks each year, representing the 2.5 years it took for the news of the Emancipation Proclamation to reach Texas. At the age of 89, she conducted a symbolic walk from Fort Worth, from which she departed in September 2016, to Washington, D.C., where she arrived in January 2017. She was hoping to plead the case for a federal holiday directly to President Barack Obama. Lee has not only marched in Texas, but also in Fort Smith and Little Rock, Arkansas, Las Vegas, Nevada, Madison and Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Atlanta, Georgia, Selma, Alabama, and the Carolinas. She promoted a petition for a Juneteenth federal holiday at change.org. The petition received 1.6 million signatures. I did sign that petition. She said it's going to be a national holiday. I have no doubt about it. My point is, let's make it a holiday in my lifetime. And she is still kicking, and she still does her walk. Okay, so she basically this woman is everything really for the state of Texas. We owe her a lot. If you don't know, we owe her a lot to get us to this point. Now, of course, Juneteenth, we all know Juneteenth is a federal holiday, but before it became a federal holiday, it was really a state, it was really a Texas thing, if you really think about it. It was always going to be a Texas thing because that's where it originated from. So basically, I mean, if you don't have to work tomorrow, go out there and celebrate Juneteenth and do it the right way. Because to us, that is to the black people here, especially here in the state of Texas, that is our Independence Day. And more than likely, I'll probably have this video up for tomorrow. Also for my guys over at my crew over at the old Gathering Old Men. But I am about to get myself ready to head to work. Join us tomorrow night at 7 p.m. We're gonna be simulcasting live, of course, from YouTube and Twitter, and also on his on my man Troy's YouTube channel also. So make sure y'all tune into that. We're gonna have a good show. We're gonna have a great show tomorrow, and I'm just gonna get up on out of here in a minute. But again, we have Swag Media Day coming up, and make sure if you can hit the donation button. You can always donate to PayPal for PayPal. Cash App or Zelle. If you don't know where it's at, if you look at the ticket below, it's scrolling across the bottom to where you can actually send it to, wherever you want to send it to. You can always do the super chat. You can always do whatever that will help us get to our destination. Make sure that we have the lodging and the food. And probably the transportation to get to Birmingham. This is not something new. This is going to, if approved, this will be my third year going to Media Day. And each year since I've been going, I've learned a lot, met a lot of people, seen a lot of things, and experienced a lot while covering everybody's favorite university football teams with their coaches and players. But it would be cool if we don't make this an annual thing, a yearly thing, to let y'all know that I am 110% on board with what's going on. But other than that, I hope everybody have a great evening. I hope tomorrow everybody have a great Juneteenth holiday. Unfortunately for me, tomorrow I gotta work. I really don't want to go to work, but I gotta work. But I'll be back off this weekend. So yeah, I'll be back on here on Sunday. Hopefully my man Wayne come on here on Sunday and join me on Sunday. But also hopefully we can get more women that cover sports to come on the show, and we can go ahead and start breaking down a lot of football teams. So I'm gonna start getting in contact with the women who do sports. So if you out there, yeah, man, it sucks. It sucks, but gotta do what you gotta do. But if you out there, if you're listening out there, just hit me up, and because I want to make something like this happen. I want to make it happen, make it worthwhile, and hopefully we can get some things planned. But we got previews of all the teams, especially after Media Day. Break down everybody's schedule. Well, not even the schedule, just the teams, players who you think is going to start, how everything's going to be set up. But I'm look. It is. Oh, excuse me. It is. We got 2 months before football season kicks off. So let's get ready. Get your barbecue pits ready. Get your alcohol Get all your alcohol on deck for tailgating. Get all your plans in order because this is gonna be an interesting football season coming up. But as always, man, appreciate everybody for joining me tonight. For all those on Twitter, make sure that you hit that follow button. Also, come on to the YouTube and hit that subscribe button. If you want to join the best family on HBCU, for HBCU sports and commentary, make sure you hit that join button for a low price of $4.99. Like I said, we're gonna be doing a whole total revamp of the podcast, the show, everything. So y'all stay tuned for that. And of course, the wife is in the living room. She's on the Zoom call right now, but she'll tell y'all check out the shirts. Remember, we have shirts. Our t-shirt business is getting ready to jump off. So if you want shirts are 25, long sleeves are 30, and hoodies will be $40. So make sure y'all go ahead and check us out, check her out. We'll have that online store ready, hopefully by start of football season. But as always, man, y'all be blessed, y'all stay safe, hug your loved ones, love on your loved ones. Crash out on your kids. Beat your kids out the penitentiary. Donald Trump's a hoe. Put 2 feet in his chest. And that's about it. But as always, man, I just want to say, be easy, baby. Peace.